Hello everyone, welcome back to Tartan Samurai Gaming. And today we are playing Wonderboy in Monster World. So very much a Zelda style game, this one. Sort of semi-free roaming, go around, hit monsters with your sword, save the world, that kind of thing. So a young man named Shion, he is our hero, and he's going to go out and defeat these monsters and bring peace to the land once again. So he's just leaving his house now. Welcome to Monster World. Which begs the question, what was it called before the monsters invaded? Anyway. So the princess has been kidnapped. Here's an elixir and a firestorm to help you. Thank you. Each time you take down a monster, you get some coins, and over the course of the game, we will, build up a lot of coins. So those boots cost 30 gold. We don't have 30 gold yet, but we can get it fairly quickly. So let's do that. Anything that can give us a slight edge is worth having. You notice that monsters respawn fairly quickly, so... But at this point in the game they only drop maybe 1 or 2 gold each time, so we'll have to get something in double back. Oh, there's the castle, but the guards are not happy because the princess has been kidnapped, so they're telling me to go away. It's got a very cutesy animation style, this game, but it is deceptively difficult to play actually. In the later stages particularly. It gets really hard. The last level is mad, and the last boss is really just like unbelievably difficult compared to the rest of the game, really. See, we're now at 22 for our gold, so we're closing in on that 30 that we need for the boots. In fact, if we head back, probably by now 1 or 2 of these monsters will respawn. They usually do, but maybe not this time. Where are all the monsters? There we go. Okay, there we go. That's us up to the 30 gold that we need now. So back we go. We are going to try and unlock all items, etc. in this run. So probably take a few hours, but yeah, we'll get through it. Okay, and we can now buy those boots, and we will equip them right away. The jellyfish will help you on your way. Yep, that will play out later on. You'll see what she means in a little while. Gotta be careful at this early stage because you only have a very limited number of hearts, as you can see. You get more as the game goes on, but for the time being, yeah, we've got to be careful. The first boss is actually one of the most difficult simply because you don't have that much energy compared to later bosses. That treasure box cannot be unlocked until quite a bit later on into the game, but we'll get there. There we go. Oh, missed the coin, but that's okay. Not that important really in the grand scheme of things. Thankfully our man Shion can swim. Right, need to be careful here, only got half a heart left. That's the jellyfish that's going to help us out. So there we go. So as you can see, the enemies have leveled up a bit here. So what we can do is visit an inn, and ordinarily this is where you would save your game. So yeah. And after that, you get your health restored. So it's well worth doing, even for the relatively small amount of money. Now our next big purchase should be a spear, which will be much more useful for these creatures. Because the sword is a bit short ranged, as you can see, and not that powerful. So here's our first weapon shop. So in here we have the spear, that's 80 gold, we will buy that, yep. And there's our armour, which is 70, which we will buy in a little while. We'll have to farm a little bit for that. And then there's also the shield, which is 50. So we need another 120. Then we can come back. Won't take us too long to get that. In the meantime, let's equip the spear. As you can see, it has greater attack power, but at the expense of defense. And it's got a longer range as well. Takes these guys out in 2 hits instead of 3. And we're starting to stack up the coins a bit more quickly here, as you can see. By pressing up and the attack button, we can do this little spinny attack, which also acts as a block mechanic for projectiles as well, if you time it right, but it's not easy. So our next priority really should be getting that armor. We can get the shield later, that's not really that important because we're going to be using the spear for the time being anyway. Yeah, particularly in the early stages, most of these monsters are quite kind of cutesy and harmless looking, but you get some more nasty stuff later on. Yeah, the last boss is just straight up body horror, to be quite honest. Which is a real kind of tonal shift from the rest of the game, actually. Okay, I think we now have enough to get our chainmail. So let's equip that now. There we go. If we go up here, we can get a little helper. So that's Queen Eleonora. And if we help her, her little friend Priscilla will accompany us on this part of the game. And she'll actually help us find power-ups and also take down monsters. Which was the shield again? 50. Okay, so we need a little bit more. Yeah. But as I said, that's not important right now. Now in this house here, this young lady in the house, she will teach you how to play the ocarina if you recover it, but to save time, I think I can just about remember the tones, so I think it should be okay. Oh, wait a minute, was that a secret she'd uncovered there? Right, okay, we will buy medicine for now, yeah, thank you. Yeah, was there some hearts there or something? Oh well, must have missed it, not to worry. A little friend there helping to immobilize enemies for us. Oh, there's a heart. She will occasionally find hearts for you in the background. Just down here, there is the ocarina. Let's see if I can remember these tones. So first of all, we have to equip the ocarina. There we go. Oh, thank you for that. A minute. Hang on. There we go. My ocarina skills are still a little bit rusty, what can I say? up here we will find our first additional heart. So we now have 4 hearts. You can pick up a lot of them during the game if you know where to look, but some of them are very well hidden. Okay. There we go. Okay, door is open. Now here, this is the boss. The Myconid. Likes to bounce around. As I say, it's actually quite a difficult boss compared to some of the other ones that you'll fight later. Collect all the coins first. And now let's see what we get as our bonus. We've got the Firestorm. Okay, job done. Now with this exit, we can go back almost to the village. So everyone's happy now because we've managed to clean the place up. We'll buy that shield before we move on. Yes. I'm going to assume that's an English mistranslation. It says you have a discriminating eye. I think it means you have a discerning eye. Yeah. We'll put that down to a slight mistranslation. So let's just recharge our health before we move out. Yes. And onward. Okay, so now we want to go through the tree over here, which is now open, to the village of Purapil. But first, a little stash of gold here. I'm going to go through the castle here to rescue the princess. It's still all pretty routine at this point. Yep, even in the water you can still attack. Yeah, usually at least one of the bats drops a heart, so that's good. We are racking up a decent amount of gold here as well. This is a little underground area, which later on, much later on in the game, will take us to the ice castle, but we're not going there till much later in the game. But in the meantime, we'll just head along here and take out some of these enemies and get some extra gold. Plus, it's fun just to break through these ice cubes with the spear. Poor skeleton just got put through a blender then. Right. Yeah, skeleton puree, anyone? But you notice as we move on, it's starting to get, you know, the arena's getting a little bit darker, and the enemies are getting slightly more sinister and slightly less cute. You know, just a gradual upscaling of the whole thing here. Okay, there we go. So there we go, there's a full health restore. Now, unfortunately we can't reach that box yet, but we will in time. That's the way to the ice castle, which, as I said, we can't access yet, so we'll come back later. A graphical glitch there, went up and through the water. Notice how the enemies respawn almost immediately after you take them out, so you've got to be particularly in the later stage of the game, you've got to be ready for that, because quite often you end up enemies jumping you from behind if you're not ready for it. In situations like that where you think an area has been kind of secured and it hasn't really, you know, just be aware of it. Okay, mini boss here. Basically just keep jabbing him in the toes, and after a while he'll disappear, and we can now rescue the princess. So, time to head up to the castle to go and accept our thank you from the princess. So all these little NPCs give you subtle little hints throughout the game. So there's the princess. So the princess has suggested we visit the village of Lillipad, which is, I believe, the dwarf village, which we'll get to in a little while. In order to get there, first we have to go back down here. Shion doesn't have a way to kind of descend through floors, unfortunately, so you just have to go down all the stairs in slow motion. Now this is the village of Purapil, and we can recharge our health here, which I think we should. Yes. Okay, thank you. And off we go. What's your man here got for sale? Let's see. Hard armor. Yes, we will buy that. And what's this sword? The knight sword. Yes, we'll buy that as well. Excellent. So let's equip our new weapons, our new armor, and our shield. There we go. That store is closed for now, but you can access it later. First of all, let's have a little look down here. Ladder boots. We don't have 50 gold unfortunately, but I can get that later. Here, there is a secret, but we can't actually do anything about it until we have a charm stone, which we'll get much later in the game. So this is us on the way to Lily Pad now. This is where things start to get a little bit more difficult. Have to encounter enemies like spiders and ghosts and angry sort of tribal things. Yep, here come the ghosts. And these now take 2 hits to knock out as opposed to the 1 hit that most enemies take. So yeah, they do a fair bit of damage as well, so you gotta be careful. Ideally what you want to do is get 2 quick swipes in quick succession like that. And do not try and walk through the swamp. Stay out of the swamp as much as you can because it is gonna drain your health. Jumped in a little too early there and got caught out. This is where you got to be careful. Don't worry so much if you miss the coins at this point, because just getting through here safely is more important. There's other parts later on where you can farm currency a bit more safely. Going. Okay, and we're almost at the village. This is the village of Lilypad, the dwarf village. Unfortunately, this little dwarf's little brother has been kidnapped, and we're going to have to go and rescue him in a little while. What's in here? Okay, we'll leave that. So the marine boots are 300. potion is 50. We will buy that. Okay. And shield is 500. So that's 800 that we need. So leave that for now. Okay. And what do we have here? Okay, more armor. 800. Okay, right, I know we don't have enough money for that right now. Okay. So we need 1,000 for the armaments and 800 for the other goods. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and farm a little. So basically these monsters which like to throw tomahawks are quite dangerous, so I'm not going to mess around too much here. Okay, that'll do us. Now we'll head back and we will stop off at the inn where I think it's 20 gold or 30 gold. 20 gold, yeah. So we'll spend 20 and get our health back to full, and then we can go and farm some more from those monsters that we just saw. Okay. Trick is to close the distance on these guys before they have the chance to start throwing their tomahawks at you or whatever they are. Each one will respawn 3 times, so just get ready for them. Try and lure them down to your level where possible, but be careful of that happening. Okay, one more. Come on. There we go. Okay, now go through here, take out one more, and then we can head back. So now we go back and repeat the process. Okay, now we go back and recharge again. So we'll get the armor first, because that's going to be the most impactful on everything that we do. Okay, good. Right, out we go. Okay, one more, then we'll head back because energy's a little bit low. There we go. Okay. This may seem a little tedious, but it will make the next whole part of the game a lot more straightforward, so it's worth doing this little bit of grinding now. Yeah, important tip, if you're just playing this for fun and you're on an emulator, make sure you actually create a save state when you save, because although it says your game is saved, it won't actually save because you're playing with a ROM, not a cartridge with a battery in it, so... Okay. One more. Nope. Okay. Next time around, we should have enough to get the armor, hopefully, which is the most important point. These guys are a bit more aggressive than usual. I'm not exactly sure why. It's almost as if they can tell I haven't saved for a while. Quite gonna make that 800 this time, but near enough. Okay. Coin seemed to bounce at a very unusual angle there, didn't it? Okay. Down you come. That's a good lad. Right, one more. Actually, what we can do here is we can go out and we come back. We'll have the 1,000 hopefully, and we can get both of those items from the weapon shop. Careful, that doesn't happen though. Okay, no more messing around, let's get out of here. Whew. We actually did that perfectly. That worked out perfectly. So we'll spend the 20 here, then we can go and spend 1,000 in the weapon shop. Perfect. That worked out exactly as we needed it to. Okay. Yes, and we'll buy the shield as well. Okay, So let's equip those. Right. Now let's go and rescue this little kid. So we gotta just... We don't actually have to take all these guys out, just smack a few of them and then the rest will run away. And our little dwarf fella is free. I think the implication is that these monsters are cannibals of some kind. I'm not exactly sure. Now this part here is, on the face of it may look quite simple, but can actually get quite tricky if you're not careful. Is once that guy enters the swamp, he can just keep hitting you as you're trying to get away. You notice already that I am taking less damage as a result of that armor and shield, so definitely a worthwhile investment. Go away. So this is the village chief. So the monsters have Poseidon's trident, which we need in order to go underwater. So that's our next mission, is to go and retrieve the trident. Okay, off we go. So we need 300 for the marine boots, and we need 500 for the shield magic. So once we've got 800, we can come back here again. Now, our little dwarf fella who we rescued is going to help us. And his thing is that he can uncover secret doors for us, etc. Like so. I wasn't sure if there was anything there, secret or not, but I just thought I would check. Right, anyway, our next objective is in here. So what we have to do first of all is get the lights on. In order to do that, we've got to go over here and defeat a boss. Oh, a mini boss, I suppose. Quickest way to deal with this actually is just to use a bit of magic. There we go. Now, we're too small to go through there for now, but maybe later. Our little friend dug up some coins for us there. Ooh, a heart, that was handy. Well, we've accessed a new area. How's that, huh? And our man Hota has just uncovered a secret door for us, which we'll go and get into directly. Oh, it's another heart. That is handy. Now what we could do here, as a little sleight of hand, is actually, because our energy is running a bit low, I am going to head out this door, go and recharge, and then we should be able to buy the marine boots, which will make us run a bit faster as well. Not much point having an extra heart if you can't use it. Okay. Right, so we'll go and take out a couple of these things, and then we'll go get little Hota again, and we'll go back to the dungeon. That'll do us. So I'll just recharge that. It's only 20 gold, it's worth it just for a quick recharge. It's one enemy. Okay, recharge. And moving on. Yep, we'll buy the marine boots. Notice that give us a little extra speed behind it. Okay, Hota's coming with us on our little adventure. We've already taken care of that. Down here we go. And these boots make things like outrunning these rocks a fair bit easier, as you can see. You can see the challenge starting to ramp up a little bit here. Timing is crucial. Oh, that was convenient. Now cut through here. Actually, we want to get up and over that ledge, so let's do that again. Oh, I just found some coins for us. Thank you, little man. Come on now, come on. We don't want to go out the exit just yet. Still more to do here. Hello, secret door. And the hard shield. Thank you. Always remember to take your little assistant with you whenever you go into a dungeon, because there's different ones throughout the game, but they always have something helpful to do for you. Now, this is where we need to be careful. These torches have to be triggered in a certain order. There we go. Now we've accessed the boss. So basically what we have to do with these guys is just wait for the opening, be patient. Like so. one more hit should do it. There we go. And we got the trident. It's always satisfying when you manage to do it with just that little sliver of health left. What I'm going to do here is save. Okay, out we go. Now let's just get the 500 so we can buy that shield while we're here. Might as well. Oh, come on. Don't be stingy. There we go. Yep. We still need a little more, which we can get almost immediately. I'll behave you. Right. Okay, there we go. That's all we need. And we'll take this guy out for good measure while we're here. Right. Okay. To the inn, get rested up. Yes. Yes. I must be putting that innkeeper's kids through college at this rate. Right. Shield magic. Okay. And this will take us back to Alcedo, the princess's village, whatever it was called. Purapil, that was it. We don't need the ladder boots because we've got the marine boots and they're faster. So this takes us out of the castle. And the guards are all happy now because we've saved the princess, their boss. Now this is where we get to activate the trident. That allows us to go directly underwater. think up there might be a secret. Or is it here? Yeah, that's one of them. Hey, a lot of coins. That'll do. That'll save us from having to farm quite so much. No, it's not there. Okay. I know there is another secret door somewhere, but it's not there. Okay. We'll find it. There we go, I knew there was another one. Alright. You see, we are very quickly gathering a lot of gold, which will help immeasurably on our journey later. Where does this lead, I wonder? Nowhere is the answer. So there's a secret that we want to access. Okay, so it seems we're going to have to go up and over to get there. But we can handle that. Go right down the bottom, it would seem. Here we are. This is where we want to be. There we go. We've got the pygmy armor. That will come in handy later. That'll come in handy now. What's down here? Nah, nothing. Alright. It was worth a look. We have just about covered all of this underwater realm. Oh, but there's a big fish. Let's get the big fish before it gets us, because it will drop quite a bit of money. Or a heart. Either's good. Right, there is one more bonus there that we want. Another heart. Excellent. Each time we find one of them, it makes the last boss slightly easier. Just ever so slightly. There's another one there. How do we get to it? It'll be a door nearby, probably. It's alright, we can work it out later. Oh, surprise 60 gold there, that's nice. Where our friend the jellyfish makes his appearance, okay. What we want to do here is go back to that, go back to the castle dungeon where the princess was being held, because there was some underwater areas there to explore. jellyfish in a blender. I don't know if it's a jellyfish or a coral or whatever it is. It's weird looking. Okay. There we go, another heart. Excellent. It's really good the way this game kind of loops back on itself, and you can unlock all this stuff that you know, in areas that you've already been through, but there were parts of it you couldn't reach previously. I guess it's what modern games you would call a Metroidvania, isn't it? You're going back to revisit previous areas and unlock new stuff with new abilities that you've acquired in the interim. So, aye, Metroidvania, I think that's what they call it. Right. So this is the route to Poseidon's domain. Those can hurt us, but we can't hurt them, so there's not much point even trying to. I'm going to try and reach that platform up there. So another secret awaits us over here. Is the pygmy sword. So we've got 2 of the 4 elements of the pygmy armor now. Again, I don't know if you necessarily need the pygmy armor to completely finish the game, but I think maybe you do. Anyway, the game's a lot easier if you have the pygmy armor, so now you know. No one's half the battle and all that. So I'm going to explore the overland area first. Oops. I'm trying not to do that. There we go. There we go. tricky jumping here. Ah. That's alright though, we can come back up. Yep, okay. Amidst 4 palm trees, you said, huh? I think we might have found it. Yep. There we go. There's our amulet, and now we can head for the shrine under the sea. So that's the overland part finished. Back we go. Another heart. There we go. These nasty little things will try to jump in and strike you, so your trick is just to stand your ground and not move toward them, because that's when you give them an advantage, like so. Let them come to you. And why is there an up arrow there, I wonder? Oh, that's why. Got it. Okay, now over here again, jump up and we'll get some coinage. Quite a decent amount as well. Good. Now it's time to go find that temple. Or shrine or whatever it was. So we've got to hit these buttons to deactivate the fans. And that frees up access to new areas for us, like so. Come on, don't get silly with me. There we go. Right. Okay. So with these fans deactivated, we can move a lot more freely now. First of all, I'm just going to check down here, make sure I've not missed anything. This is all pretty rudimentary at this point. Now, up here... watch out for these coral or whatever they are. Always best to duck when you're hitting them, just in case they randomly spray out a projectile. Taking a wrong turn somewhere because I don't think I should be here now. Pretty sure I should be underwater, not over it. Okay. Right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we can't get in there yet, but there is a box in there, so we want to get in there. Okay, so to access that, we want to get... Right, we don't want to go up there yet, because that's going to block us off. Ouch. It's going to hurt. Okay. Again, duck down in case he decides to fire off a projectile. Oh, how was that for timing? Oh, there's Poseidon. the item that we need is in that mystery box that we couldn't access a minute ago, but which we now probably can. Oh dear. So it's there, and that fan has now been deactivated, so we can go in there. There we are, the Oasis boots. They allow us to walk across the desert without getting our feet burnt. Now from here we can use... Oh, we don't have return yet, okay. I was sure there was a return magic in here somewhere. Must have missed it. Oh well, not to worry. Okay, he's not going to be much help. Tube. Right, off we go. Go away. That might be what I was looking for. No, it's not, but it will do. Go away. Down we go. That is just unreasonable. Right, okay, now I'm in trouble because of that. That doesn't feel very fair. It's okay, I think we're almost clear of here, hopefully. Right, there's a box up there which I think has the item that I need. There we go, the return. Right, so we're going to use that right away. That'll get us back to the inn. And we'll take a quick nap and we'll get our energy back. Now we can head for the desert. So when I put the trident away, get our weapon back out. And armor. Steel armor, boots, oasis boots, shield, hard shield. Yep, okay, we're good. Right, let's go. We don't quite have 500,000, I'm afraid. We'll have to leave that for now. Maybe later. Again, maybe not. Okay. Okay. Yes, we will purchase Excalibur. Okay, we'll leave that for now, but we will come back for it in a while. So we've got the second best sword in the game now. We are ready to hit the desert. So if we didn't have the Oasis boots on, we would start losing health as soon as we went beyond this screen. The Excalibur takes these out in 3 hits, whereas it would be 4 or 5 with the other sword. Now, what we're going to do here is take out these bats one at a time, and they will give us the means to climb back up when we need to. But first of all, we're going over here to get something. Oh, these scorpions can be a real pain sometimes, especially when they don't drop anything after making you waste all that energy. Come on, there we go. And we have the Quake magic. Which was our entire reason for coming down here, but it is worth having. you see, each time you knock out a bat, you get one of these little platforms. And you can slowly climb your way back up the level with them. The problem is they don't always line up like they should. That's handy. I can't be annoyed with this. The one part of this game that's a little bit tedious is this platforming sections. Oh, there is one near the end of the game that's a whole lot more annoying than this though, but we'll get to that. Platforms are too small. Shion's feet are too slidey. Right. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're coming up on the pyramid now. Now we need to go down here. First of all, get an extra shield magic. Now drop down here, and if we first of all go in here, take out a couple of these mummies. Now here, get the trident out again, and we can drop into the water. Over here is an important key item. There we go, the sun key. With that we can get into the pyramid proper. There we go. Oh, that's a bit unfair. There's no way I can avoid that. Come on now. You're just being silly. Right. Sorry, my emulator went a bit eccentric for a minute there. I don't know what was going on. Anyway, we're okay now. The second door is the one that the sun key will open. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So more of these arrows to watch out for. Ah. I do still have an elixir, but I'd rather not use it right now if I don't have to. Okay, there's the moon key, which will allow us access to another part of the temple later, the pyramid rather, later on. Oh, damn. We just have to get another elixir later on from somewhere else. Oh well, that's another elixir back, so we've just replaced the one we used. That's good. There, I knew there was a doorway there somewhere. There we go. Firestorm, quake, thunder, power, shield. All the magics. This part is difficult. Yeah, there was always a danger that could happen. That's okay, I'll take that. Oh, come on now. Game's taking the piss here. Right. Just to play it safe. Okay, the Sphinx. Now, thankfully, this isn't actually a boss battle. We're just going to have to answer some questions. So 5 questions. If we get them right, the Sphinx will transport us to another world. Eleonora. It's 500,000. Sun key. The Oasis boots. Okay, final question. The Firestorm. Okay, excellent. Oh, we got some thunder magic and we can pass. Star key. Lovely. Okay. There's a little bonus for us, the pygmy shield. So we're now headed to the top of the pyramid. From here, we can warp to this new world. You have to watch out for these little goblin creatures that like to throw arrows at you. You're being a bit unfair now, computer. Come on. There we go. I'm getting caught out here. Need to be careful. Do I have anything I can use? No. Items? No. We made it. We've made it to the dragon village. Just. Okay. First of all, let's recharge. Okay, shops here are closed for the time being. Okay, gonna go see the Elder Dragon. Okay, so with the bracelet, I can head to the ice world. So this brings me back here, and I can go and get that special shield that was for sale a wee while ago. Yes, okay, and we'll equip that. Right. Now we're heading to the Ice Realm, which you might remember we saw a good bit earlier on in the game. There was a shortcut to it through the castle dungeon here. A little bit of a stushy there, but we're okay. Right. So down here. Wait a minute, did I go through there with the trident? I can't remember if I did or not. Let's try. Yeah, I guess I must have done. Alright, let's get Excalibur back up. Okay. Now, with our faster boots on, we should be able to reach this treasure chest that we couldn't reach earlier. If I can time my jump right. Wait a minute, have I got the right boots on? Should be able to reach that now. buy the marine boots. There we go. I knew it was feasible eventually. Right. Okay, so boots. We'll go back to our Oasis boots now for maximum speed. Okay. And the bracelet has opened the door for us. And we can now proceed to the Ice Realm. Now we've got some rather comically big, but quite aggressive penguins to deal with here. Quite aggressive, but wealthy penguins, so that's good. One more screen and we'll be at the next village. Almost there. Okay, I think this is the last screen. And then it's the village where we will be able to replenish our health and also upgrade some of our items. Although we're probably going to need to farm a bit of money to do that, so... yeah, here we are. So let's see, what do we need? Right, first of all, ceramic boots. Yes, we need those. But we don't have enough money for them right now. Holy water. We will buy that. Yep, that's basically a potion to get our health back. So far we need 3,000 plus... I want to get that shield and armour. So 5,000 for that. And then... 3,500. So 11,500 is what is the total that we need. So let's stop in at the inn. So first priority is the armor, which was 5,000. So we will get that before we do anything else. So this is Childom, the Dark World village. Sounds ominous. I say that far too often, I'm sorry. Anyway. We're almost at 3,000 already. These things are a pain. Especially when they start laying down ice sheets like that. Apologies folks, this bit of the game is maybe a little bit tedious to watch, but it is necessary if you want to get the best items and make the end of the game as easy as possible. Because like I said, the last two bosses are ridiculous, but the last boss in particular is just off the scale difficulty. For some reason they made it a lot more difficult in the European version than they did the Japanese version. I have no idea why. By the time we get back to the village, we should have enough for the armor at least. Not if we keep getting drops like that, we won't. Walk away, you. Right. Yeah, after that it doesn't even drop anything. Typical. It's funny how often in these sort of games it's the enemies that give you the most hassle that end up dropping the least loot when you actually take them out. Energy's getting a bit low here, be careful. We should be okay though, I think this is the last screen before we return to the village. Yes, so let's equip that. Okay. How much was the shield again? 3.5? Right, so we need another 6,500 to get the shield and the boots. Because we need the boots, because we're going to be sliding about like crazy on the ice in this castle that's coming up in a minute. Whoops, I forgot to top up my health. That was careless. Okay. Yes, we will. Okay, time to slaughter some penguins. Sorry. Okay. There we go. The ice castle that we're going to get to in a minute is a very difficult section of the game, but with actually a very easy boss once you get through it. Very much the calm before the storm, though. There's a couple of really nasty bosses towards the end of the game. Again, always the most annoying creatures that drop the least rewards. Having the extra hearts definitely makes this whole section a lot less anxiety inducing though, so that's good. Speaking of which, right. Okay. So once we complete this lap, we'll probably have to do another 2, I think, and that will get us the coinage we need. So not too bad, all things considered. Okay, so we are almost at the halfway point of the money that we need. No need to worry about recharging, we've still got plenty of hearts. Famous last words. Well, now we definitely got plenty. So we need another 3,000 gold. Oh, finally, one of them was actually worth the trouble. Quite nice music this game, you know, particularly this tune here. It's kind of haunting but also kind of sort of winter melodic as well. It's kind of, you know, you can tell it's a level set in a sort of a wintry scenario, but also that it's slightly grim because you're getting near the end of the game and it's getting difficult, so... We have basically 2 dungeons to do after the castle, after the ice castle. We've got a volcano, and then we've got a castle in the sky, and then it's the last boss, which is in a different place altogether. Right, by the time we get back, we should have all the money we need for all the items we need. And we could go for the battle spear as well, but that's 10,000 and it's not really necessary, to be honest. It's one of them. I might get it on the way back if I've got 10,000 once I've beaten the ice castle, but I don't think I will, to be honest. Almost there. Okay, we are now over our target. Let's see what we can do before we get back. The more we can get now, the less we need later, so yeah. Let's just keep ploughing through. Okay, so first we're going to get the boots. Oh wait a minute, I got my maths wrong here. 4,000 for the boots. I thought it was 3,000. Alright, so how much was the shield again? 3,000. Yeah, we need another 700. That's alright, we can go and get that right now. No, 2 minutes. Sorry folks. Bad mathematics on my part. Or is it poor memory? Or a happy little combination of both? Who knows? Right. So, by the time we head back here, that should be it. Penguins are causing me trouble here. There we go. Okay, now we have enough for the shield. And we are going to take a quick break at the end. And then we are ready to attack the ice castle. Off we go. First, make a little pit stop in here to get a helper. So we got a little helper here. And we got some more penguins to deal with initially, but we've got bigger problems coming our way in a minute. Was mercifully easy. That's usually quite a difficult one. Yeah, you see the way that we're sliding about like crazy on the ice here. A common trope of platform games of the early 90s. Why did they always need to have an ice level that was hard to control and frustrating? And repeatedly dropped you on spikes for no good reason. Anyway, not to complain. It's been a good game thus far. These little guys are annoying, but mercifully with Excalibur they only take 2 hits. Okay. Excellent. Not so excellent. This is where it gets a bit frustrating because the bad guys just start respawning and then knocking you right back onto the obstacle you've just jumped over. Yeah, and then things like that happen which just straight up feel unfair. That should open up the ice door that was at the beginning of this section, so we'll head back there now. Ignore the little yeti or whatever it is. On to the next section of the castle. Very high-tech lift for a medieval castle, isn't it? You notice I am basically fighting with the controller here just to keep myself on the straight and narrow. But we're getting there. Now in here, take this guy out, and there'll be a nice little surprise here for us. Full energy restored. And the pygmy boots. So we are now ready to visit the pygmy area. Once we get back there. Next we're going to go in here. There's a little sort of mini boss down here, but he's Not that difficult, it's just a big rat. A big, fat, angry rat. Who drops a lot of money when you take him out, so worth it. And then there's a nice little surprise here waiting for us, a gemstone, which we need to open up the boss area. But there's 2 gemstones we need to get, and that's only the first one. So we gotta head over to the other side of the level as well. This is where your momentum just gets destroyed the minute you hit a bad guy, so you've got to be careful. Okay, do not let this guy knock you off the ledge, whatever happens. Okay, in here, and we'll have another little mini boss to fight. And then we'll get the next gemstone that we need. This is actually easier than the one we fought a minute ago, because he's not quite as mobile. Still tricky on this ice sheet though, but he gave us an elixir, so that was worthwhile. And there's the other gem, the golden gemstone. So now we can head to the other side of the castle. Another one of these guys. Take him out. Full energy restoration. And a heart. So we are looking pretty healthy now. Were it not for that. Right. I'm kind of glad that slidey ice levels aren't really a thing in platform games anymore, because this isn't fun. Yeah, and then you end up mistiming your jump like that because you're too busy looking at the enemies. Okay. Time this. There we go, that was nice. Okay, some precarious jumps coming up here. Okay, that's one gemstone placed. Now we're going to go and place the other one on the opposite side. Don't like this. Right, okay, that's placed. So now we head back to the center. There's the boss door. Head down the left. So this is the boss, the ice bomber. I think you see how this works. Basically, avoid the snowballs that he spits at you, and then try and hit him on the face when you can. It's just about patience, really, and waiting for that moment to run in and grab a hit like that. As long as you've got, you know, plenty of hearts up your sleeve, you'll be fine. It's not a difficult boss, it's just a mildly annoying one, because the amount of times you're almost ready to hit him and you get rebounded at the last second. Thankfully that didn't happen that time. Okay, and now we have the axe in order to make the ultimate sword. There we go. We've got 8,500. Okay, let's get our health restored before we head off. Now that door there will take us back to where we need to be. So from here we want to go to the dragon village. So we're in here and up the ladder. Purapil has basically become the central hub at this point. Yes, we'll buy that. Oh, and we got a baby dragon to help us out on our way. Isn't that cute? So first of all, we're going to see the blacksmith. So the item has been stolen. He's talking about the fire urn, which we will have to get from up here. Time to go pygmy mode. And we can still take our dragon with us, thankfully. So this level is basically a series of doors that we need to open. Okay, door is now open. We can move through here. Ooh, thank you, dragon. That was helpful. Excellent. Do you know what? The little dragon is actually being a bit of a nuisance here, so I'm going to return. And what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to not take the dragon with me. Sure, he means well, but it's a bit of a pain in the backside. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're back to full size now, so I have to go and Pigma size myself again, if that's a word. Yeah, the problem is the dragon doesn't do that much damage, but every time he scored a hit on one of those enemies, it was kind of knocking off my own kind of timing for hitting them myself, so I was taking a lot more damage than I should have. So we'll leave the baby dragon at home, and I'll go solo pygmy. There we go. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, my attack timing is a bit better now because I don't have to worry about what the dragon's going to do. I'm still taking too much damage, but not as much as before. Okay, door is open. And down we go. secret down here. Another heart. Honestly, better just to try and avoid those birds rather than engage them in a fight, because it's... The pygmy sword is so small, your timing has to be so precise, it's just not worth it. So if you can land it, it's good, but, you know, pick your battles. Hearts would be nice right about now. Yeah, gonna have to do that, I'm afraid. Don't want to have to waste. Here is the boss, the Tyrant Dragon, which is actually quite easy once you know what you're doing. Just let him come to you and just smack him in the head. Come here, you. Right, in the head. Come on. Okay, it's beginning to get a little bit annoying now. There we go. It was not pleasant, but job done. We got the fire urn, and we can now get our ultimate weapon. Before that, still a couple of pygmy areas to visit. If we go back here, get our little friend Hotta to help us. There is a pygmy area here that we can go into. It's down here if I remember right. Yep, here we are. There we go, another heart. Oh, thank you, Hotta. Knew there was a reason why I kept you around. Now we can just head back out. No need to stay here any longer than necessary. Right, that's that. Oh, more coins. Thank you, mate. See ya. Okay. Back to the dragon village. Go for a night's sleep and come back to normal. So we'll go and talk to the elder dragon while we're waiting for him. Get his job done. Okay. Okay, so now we have the legendary sword. That'll be enough to get the job done. Yes, we'll buy some flame armor and we'll buy a flame shield as well. And until we get the legendary equivalents, we will use those. Yep, sorry princess, I got work to do. First of all, there is one more heart there that we want to get. And ideally without falling back down to the level below. A bit of trial and error on this level. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh. Right, come on. Let's get this done properly. Oh, the jumping in this game sometimes. Right, there we go. No, I need to get to that one on the... Oh. I think you can see what I'm trying to do here. Oh, right. At least on one hand, I'm glad it just drops you down to the level below and it's not an insta-death, because that would be absolutely infuriating at this point of the game. There we go. And there's another heart. Exactly what we were looking for. And onward. This is where the difficulty level really starts to get, well, bordering on the ridiculous in a minute. Not so much these guys, but some of the bosses that we're going to come up against are absolutely head-scratchingly difficult. Must admit, I like the music for this level though. And for final level enemies, these guys are kind of adorable, let's be honest. Little Nosferatu men or whatever they are. So basically you have to keep going either left or right or up or down until you find a chain, because that's your hint that you're going the right way. If there's a chain that you can climb, that means you're going the right way. So there we go, there's our chain that takes us up to the next section. Here we go. Now there is another pickup there, as you can see, but we have to employ a little bit of jiggery pokery to get it. So we've got the legend boots, so let's equip those right away. So the same again, but this time we stay on the minecart. Don't worry about trying to hit the ghosts because they'll damage you whether you hit them or not. Ah, that's annoying. I think you see the trick there. We want to try and get on that platform. I'm trying not to get hit by baby Nosferatu here. There we go. And we're on to the next section. Let's see if I remember this correctly. Yes. Now we have the legendary armor. Now this level can be a little bit frustrating if you're not sure what you're doing, but we can work through it. So what we need to do is we need to activate our quake magic. Take those guys out and allow us to get the legendary shield. So, same again here. Quake magic, take those two out. Through the door. Through another door. Here we are. Okay, we now have the legendary armor. Just take these guys out normally. There we go. Right, now activate your quake magic. Has to be the quake magic, the other ones don't really work. Oh, I mistimed it. Oh dear. Right, not to worry, we'll do that again. But you see what I'm getting at, right? Basically use the quake magic to take out these blobs that will then allow you to access that part of the level. Do it before they have a chance to fire, ideally. And we now have the legend shield. Same again. And we can now move through here. What you want to try and do is get these guys in a pattern where they're jabbing at you and then you're just ducking underneath and jabbing them in the toes. Sometimes they'll jump in a little too close, but most of the time you'll get away with it. And then when there's just one left, you can just keep moving and jabbing. Toe poking, you might want to call it. Okay, boss time. There we go, got him. got him! Somehow. That was unpleasant. So, the prince was being controlled by some alien the entire time. This all just took a turn for the weird. So, we can head to the left and face Biomecha right away, but with only one heart and no magic, I don't really fancy doing that. So instead, let's go back and recharge, shall we? Alright, so before we head to the last boss, we're gonna level up a few things to give us a better fighting chance. So first of all, we have to go back to the dragon area and go full pygmy again, because there are some secrets to be uncovered. A couple of things which can only be accessed as a pygmy. So we are heading back to the pyramid. In order to get there, we're going to have to go through this slightly dangerous area. Try our best to avoid these guys. Luckily we've got lots of health, so it should be okay. They are very annoying though. Really annoying habit of turning around and running under you just as you jump over them. But from here, we're now back at the pyramid, but we drop back down here. There's a special area that we can drop into with these 4 doors. So there's a load of coins. A load more coins. Excuse me. Okay, let's go this door there. Here we have even more coins. Down here, lots more coins. As you can see, there's still a chest we haven't opened yet. So, here. Over, down, down again, over. We have a charm stone. Those are not cheap. Still one more crate to get. There we go. I believe that's everything now. For this little area. We don't want to be out there without our Oasis boots on. We're going to have to avoid these guys again, but actually going back the way it's a bit easier. They're not quite as aggressive for some reason. And we got plenty of hearts, which we will recharge once we reach the Dragon Village anyway. But we are going to come back here in a minute, you'll see why shortly. Out of the way. See how hard it is to hit these things with the while you're in the pygmy armor. There we go, covered. Okay, so now go to the inn, have a night's rest, and regenerate. Is there anything in here we missed? No, we bought everything. Okay, we're good. Ah, now these will be handy. Yes, we will buy that, and we'll buy the elixir as well. That is going to make the last boss a lot easier. But we still have a secret to uncover down here. Mercifully, these guys now go down in one hit. What we're going to do here is go straight past the portal to the pyramid, because we're not interested in going back there. We've reached the edge of the desert. Right, so first of all, in here, we've got power. And in here, we can get a shield. now what we want to do is activate our oasis boots so that we can out of the desert safely. Even with the legendary sword, the scorpions still take 2 hits. There's still an irritation. Yeah, I'm not sure if we've been in here yet. Yeah, we have. Okay. Okay. Let's take the long route here. So. Now that charm stone that we acquired is going to play quite a big role in a minute. Okay, we have cleared the desert, so now we can go back to our legendary boots. There we are. Now, I think it was the guy downstairs that had the charm stone, wasn't it? Or that wanted the charm stone, rather. Here. Okay. Okay, so we got an extra heart for our charm stone, which will come in handy. Now, there is another charm stone there that we can buy in here. Buy those boots just for completion's sake. Now, the only issue with this is we need 500,000 gold to do it. There is a way to farm it fairly quickly. So let's go and do it. So if you want to farm charm stones, basically you need to go up to the Dark Castle level and basically hunt those cute baby Nosferatu creatures, because they drop like 1600 gold per knockdown. Try not to miss the jump, as I keep doing. Oh dear. Right. There we go. You'll get an occasional big drop like that as well. But with those Nosferatu creatures, you're guaranteed the big drop every time. So, in we go. First of all, take out the bat. Here we are. So this is where we want to be with the baby Nosferatus, or whatever they're called. 1,500 gold for taking out one of them, and they respawn almost instantly. The easiest way to get these is to get just close enough that they'll run towards you and then crouch and just jab. Because your crouching jab has a slightly longer reach than your normal swipe, so it's a bit safer. We're actually making pretty good progress here. Basically, you just go off screen now and repeat. Back up here, and you'll get to face these guys again. Okay, 500,000, we've done it, but let's just clear these guys out while we're here. We're going to use a return magic in a minute to get back to our last save point. Now let's return. There we go. Oh, first of all, let's heal up. Okay. Back to Purapil we go. Yes, we bought the charm stone. Now we can trade that with our man down here. Okay, so we got another heart, so our hearts are now at 14, and that should be plenty to get the last boss done, hopefully. Famous last words. So for the last boss, everything goes a bit weird and sci-fi, but you'll see what I mean when we get there. to the castle. Now up the stairs. So from here, we want to, once we get back up to the castle stage, instead of going off to the right and into the castle, we're going to go left. And we are basically being taken to a UFO. Yep. And we're being fired up to the spaceship of Biomecha, the creature that started all this mess in the first place. But before we can face Biomecha, we've got the small matter of a little boss rush to deal with. So basically, each of these rooms here has a boss from earlier in the game in it that we have to go and face. So our first one in here is Grag and Glag that we faced earlier on back on the back in the dwarf cave. As you can see, they don't take much to knock out now that we've got the legendary weapons. And we get quite a bit of cash for taking them out. Of course, any damage that we take, we can just get back off of these little squid aliens because they will always drop a heart. These guys only respawn once, so basically take out each one twice before you move on. That way you're not going to get shot in the back. That's this area cleared out. Down to the next one. Oh. There's a bit of a weird tonal shift that this game goes from fantasy to full sci-fi in the final level, but it's okay. Doesn't really bother me that much. It's just a bit, I don't know, a bit jarring maybe. That you're fighting squid aliens with a sword and shield and magic. But then again, it is Japanese, so I guess there'd have to be some sort of squid thing in there somewhere. Right, next up we have the Tyrant Dragon. Remember him, the main thing is just keep hitting him in the head. Again, you know, you get some money, but it's not a lot. Okay, he's down. And now we can go up to the boss up here. Each of these has 2 spawns, so just knock each one out twice before you move on and you'll be fine. Make sure you keep your shield front facing to stop any projectiles. The legendary shield has a 100% block rate, so don't worry about that. Okay, and now it's the ice bomber. This is definitely one of the not so much challenging but just annoying bosses in the game. Every time you're just about to get close enough to him to land some damage, you start throwing those damn snowballs at you. One more hit should do it. There we go. Now again, don't worry about the lost health because we can restore the health at the next room because these little squid guys are back. Everybody, I think. Down we go. So that's the final boss room. We can't access that yet. Still got one more to take care of up here. Out. Okay, done. Now just the last boss door, and it's the Myconid. But of course now, one hit takes him down because he still has the same strength as he did on level 1. Okay. One last round of squid aliens. Again, just let them reset that one time and then take them down again. Don't be in too much of a rush here. This, you know, it takes time, but it's safest to wait because you want to conserve all your energy for the last boss. Right, I think that's everybody. So now it's just time to go and confront the final boss. Yes. point, Prince shows up. He's going to help us out. Right. So the first thing we want to do is to equip the power magic. Going to make this first phase of the battle a lot easier. Hopefully. There we go. Right, now. So for phase 2, we want to double up on thunder and power. Goodness sake, this is madness, but we're almost there. Almost got him. Yes! That is an absolutely horrible final boss, but we beat it. And we just move straight into the end credits, because of course we do. There is a little stinger at the end, though, so stick around for that. So yeah, Wonderboy and Monster World. A good game which gets very weird and Japanese at the end. But yeah, it's fun. Obviously borrowing quite heavily from Zelda and games like that, but yeah, this was one that I first played long time ago on the Mega Drive, and you know, back more than 30 years I think, and it still holds up. It's still a good fun platformer, but just those last couple of levels, the difficulty spike is just ridiculous. The Japanese version was actually easier because the Japanese version did not have that chainsaw on the floor in the final boss room, so you could basically try to work on dodging the lasers. But anyway, there's Shion back home to his castle, and he's fine. So we're all good. The long, treacherous journey has reached its end. We've done it. None of the people in Monster World will ever forget what they've been through. No, of course not. Neither will I ever forget that last boss. Nor will they forget the hero who gave their lives back to them. Yep. The story of Shion's valiant struggle will no doubt be passed on from generation to generation. Yeah, well, I mean, here we are 35 years later and I'm still playing it, so I guess yes, that's probably true. And so ends another episode in the adventures of Wonderboy. Welcome home, Shion. And all is peaceful in the night sky with Shion having saved the world. Or is it? Yeah, he'll be back. To be continued. I don't know if it ever was, actually. So, that's our game. Thank you for watching Tartan Samurai Gaming. Please stay tuned. Retro gaming content upload regularly. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, all that usual nonsense. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was a fun one for me, although, like I said, that last boss, whew. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, all the usual nonsense. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.